I will ask Professor Susan Davis to start.
Well, clearly, androgens are good for women, and I know with the experience and knowledge of everyone in this room, you would all be in full agreement with me. Now, I could just show this one slide and stop, because this shows that the androgen receptor is the primordial steroid receptor. And this lovely study done, published many years ago by Thornton and others, it really showed that the androgen receptor was the ancestral receptor here, and it wasn't until many years later in evolution that animals developed estrogen, glucocorticoid receptors, and the androgen receptor persisted. So without an androgen receptor, there would be no life as we know it. Now, I could stop there, but I think it's important to be totally convincing. Brown-Séquard discovered many years ago, or proposed that the ovaries must produce a similar substance to the testis, and that this had physiological effects, which indeed it has. Androgens are essential for estrogen production. Without androgens, humans, men and women, cannot make estrogens. And as you know, the testosterone is 5-alpha reduced to DHT, but importantly, in tissues throughout the body, it is aromatized to estradiol, and without estradiol, there would be no reproductive function in women. Androgens are essential for reproductive function, and this is the normal menstrual cycle, and here you can see the LH peak, and here you can see increases mid-cyclically in both testosterone total and free, and it's essential the ovaries produce testosterone such that it can be converted into estradiol and for folliculogenesis, such that we do know that there is a direct correlation between testosterone levels and follicular size in healthy women during the ovarian cycle. But androgens are also essential in women for non-reproductive health and are functional neurosteroids. So we're not just talking about reproduction, we're talking about global health. And since it is so hot in this country, I thought I'd have a cooling effect on everybody and look at why women need androgens to be physically active. And this woman needs androgens for muscle strength, because clearly without strong muscles she couldn't achieve this physical exertion. Testosterone increases lean body mass. It increases lean body mass in hypopit women as well as healthy women. It is associated with lower body fat, which is important metabolically, and induces muscle protein anabolism in women. Our young woman in this picture couldn't undertake this activity if when she landed she broke all her bones, but androgens are very important for bone strength. And in fact, in premenopausal women, the single hormone that predicts bone loss is testosterone. So women with low free testosterone are more likely to lose bone in the late premenopausal years than women with normal testosterone. And as we age, this study shows from work we've done that testosterone therapy more significantly improves bone density than estrogen alone. And the red is the estrogen plus testosterone, and the blue is estrogen alone. So androgens are important for bone strength, they're anabolic. Now, we tend to think that androgens are bad for cardiovascular function, but in fact they're essential for cardiovascular function. Endogenous testosterone is associated with better endothelial function in older women. This is showing flow-mediated dilatation of the brachial artery, and the study we did several years ago compared to controls. The addition of testosterone increased flow-mediated dilatation in healthy women and increased the response to a GTN test, which is not seen with estrogen. And exogenous testosterone not only improves brachial artery flow-mediated dilatation, but improves exercise tolerance and muscle strength in women with cardiac dysfunction. And testosterone is a neurosteroid and is really important in terms of cognition. The brain has more testosterone than estradiol, and I'd point out that the testosterone level is divided by 10 to get it on the same scale here as estrogen. And particularly in the midbrain of the female, there is far more testosterone, and this is estradiol levels multiplied by 10 compared to testosterone because it had to be on the same scale. So testosterone is essential in the brain. Testosterone deprivation is associated with loss of hippocampal synaptic density, and this is restored after testosterone therapy. Testosterone in the brain protects against oxidative stress and apoptosis, and there are a series of very elegant studies that shows that testosterone affects amyloid processing in the brain. So with testosterone deprivation, there is increased deposition of amyloid in rodent models, and with testosterone therapy, the amyloid is more likely to be cleared, and this appears to be androgen receptor dependent. And the other effects on the brain are, of course, the vasodilatory effects with the testosterone in